We shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback, I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 20...
Hey, Cudahy to all my friends and relatives in four directions. This is Robert Pilot of Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake. I'm here to ask you for your support. Finding honest Native-centered news is not easy. But with your support, we're able to provide accurate information about Standing Rock, Line 3, treaty violations, and COVID-19 in our Native communities. Please visit Native Roots Radio Network on Patreon and donate if you can. That's Native Roots Radio Network on Patreon. Pinigigi, and thank you for your support.
The city of Minneapolis is now on Native Roots Radio with Minneapolis AIR. AIR stands for American Indian Relations. Guest host Christine McDonald talks to people about important things affecting the city's Native communities. Minneapolis AIR dives into topics like public safety, public health, elections, and so much more. Tune in to Minneapolis AIR on Native Roots Radio from 5 to 6 p.m. on the second Wednesday of every month, right here on AM 950.
Fair fun starts on Metro Transit. Instead of driving, park your car for free and take a stress-free, non-stop, air-conditioned ride straight to the Minnesota State Fair. You'll not only save on gas and parking costs by taking a State Fair Express bus, we'll drop you off and pick you up right outside the gates. Learn more at metrotransit.org/State Fair. That's metrotransit.org/State Fair.
Four Sisters Farmers Market is more than a place to shop for delicious organic food. It's a celebration of Indigenous culture, food sovereignty, and community. Now in its 11th season, the market offers healthy, affordable, culturally appropriate local foods every Thursday from 11 to 3. Located on the American Indian Cultural Corridor off Franklin Avenue, Four Sisters Farmers Market is a project of NAGD. Every Thursday now through October, discover more about Four Sisters Farmers Market by visiting nagd.org. Hey, it's Robert Pilot from Native Roots Radio. The Minnesota State Fair is packed with 12 days of fun with food, rides, animals, shows, and much, much more. And right in the middle of it all, you'll find Indigenous voices making an impact. Seat the common table for lessons in Indigenous food justice. Visit with Native authors and watch drum groups. Plus, stop by the Native Roots Trading Post back at the West End Market. Tickets are just $17 through August 20th at mnstatefair.org.
With a look at your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilia. Partly cloudy with patchy fog tonight and a low of 69. Then Tuesday, partly sunny with a high of 83. Spend your summer with some of the hottest musical acts around at Crooner's Supper Club in Fridley. Crooner's is located just north of I-694 off Highway 65 and Moore Lake Drive. Visit croonersmn.com to view their schedules and food menus.
Portions of Native Roots Radio may be pre-recorded.
It's a good day to be Indigenous.
Get up, stand up.
They are going to become more brutal.
Couldn't cut, any cut again.
Because all the hippies were trying to be Indians anyway.
They're going to become more repressive because it's a matter of dollars and their illusionary concepts of power.
Hey, Victor.
We must live in balance with the earth.
And also with recent happenings at Wounded Knee.
I am awake.
Welcome to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and I'm your host, Wakanja Hade. Hey, Cudahy to all my friends and relatives in four directions. You are listening to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and I'm your host, Robert Pilot. Hey, we discuss local, national, Native news and events, and as you know, Native issues are human issues, and human issues are Native issues. Hey, we got a jam-packed show here today. We got Dion, who is a doer here in the community here in the Twin Cities in Minneapolis, and he's with Many Shields, and he'll be on tonight and talking about their work. And let me tell you, it's pretty amazing, and I'm glad we're able to get him on tonight and talk about his great work. Also, later on, we're going to have Angie Vig of Vig Guitars, and people heading down to the fair should stop by her store and pick up guitar strings, a guitar, or, you know, she also has some jewelry there that she does. So it's exciting, and it'll be great to talk to her. one of the things that we like to amplify for her and her business is that there is still plenty of parking because she's right on the strip there of Snelling Avenue, where there's going to be many, many cars here the next 12 days. Hey, really excited to be at the fair, Native Roots Trading Post at the West End Market, as we've been talking about here for the last couple of weeks. But also, it's official too, and you'll probably hear the ad later on. The Gailey Show will be there Thursday at 2 p.m. and that'll be a lot of fun with those guys. Those guys are real doers, and their show is huge, and it's getting bigger and bigger. So it'll be great to have them. And as you know, we are down at the West End Market, and if you look up in the sky and you're in the West End Market of the fair, which is across from the Midway where all the rides are, it's just north of that, right across the street, and it's a huge area. I mean, we've seen bands, and there's many, many vendors there. But if you look up in the sky, we're right by like a big fan or a big windmill or something like that. But we'll be there Thursday and Friday doing the show at live at 5 o'clock, and I'd love to see you all there. Again, the Gailey Show will be there 2 p.m. at the State Fair at Native Roots Trading Post. Hey, are you there, Patrick? Patrick's probably just ordering lunch on the other line, but no.
Hey, what's up, Robert?
Hey, Patrick, you've been to the fair. You've been to our booth. Pretty exciting that's coming up. Are you going to make it out to the fair?
Oh yeah, I'll be there a few times, so I'll definitely stop by the trading post.
Yeah, it's always good to see you, and it's always really fun to see people we know. And during the show, it's always fun to see people come in, and so it's pretty exciting. And I'm really excited to have the Gailey Show there at the State Fair.
Oh yeah, that'll definitely be a thrill. That'll be must listen Thursday.
Yeah, definitely. And you'll be running the mothership back at the studio, so that's exciting, and I know that's going to be a lot of fun. And we're going to keep it simple out there. We're just going to do it on StreamYard, so it'll be pretty fun and less stress every year, right?
I'm all for less stress, and I know you are too.
Yeah, thanks, Patrick. Hey, we have our friend Vinny Dion, and it's really great to have you on and talk about what you're doing. And we want to talk a little bit about Many Shields, but there's more to you than that. Why don't you introduce yourself in a good way, Vinny, and say hello to our listeners all over the country here on Native Roots Radio. Hoa!
Hola, bonjour everybody. Jean Gizik, Indigenous cause, McGizzy Do Dem. My name is Vinny Dion, enrolled member of Turtle Mountain, born and raised here, South Minneapolis, out of Little Earth. I'm just happy to be here today.
Yeah, we're really happy too. And one of the things I'd really love for you to do is talk about your work that's been going on for a long time. You're a doer. You're in the community. Every time I'm out there sneaking around in the community, I see you and your lovely wife and your children. It's just get a good feeling, and you're a doer, and I'm so glad that you're able to come on. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Little about myself. Born and raised South Minneapolis. Yeah, born and raised here in the community. Just just an Ojibwe brother right here, figuring out life, right? Figuring out how to walk in a good way, coming up with a lot of trauma, those types of things. Actually being lost here in the community, joining gangs in my younger years, just not knowing who I was, just having that warrior spirit within me, but not knowing how to show that warrior spirit in a good, positive way. So one of the things I'm really big on for like Many Shields is us being warriors and doing it in a positive way. Today's society, for me, Many Shields is a community building group for the men in the community. It gives us a chance to come out in a positive way. A lot of us are coming back from active addiction, gang life, jail, prisons, those types of things. So coming out here and just learning to hold ourselves accountable and learn from our mistakes and want to do better, right?
Right.
Being better today than we were yesterday.
Well, you definitely are, and let's talk a little bit too about Many Shields and what they do. And I know tonight at 7 you have a meeting with many people that come to Many Shields. You know, and it was funny. I was talking to somebody about this, and I thought, well, this group, it's cool. You know, there's a few people there, but you guys have the numbers, and you guys are growing, and it just goes to show the great work that you and the other members of Many Shields are doing.
Yeah. You know, we started our group as like a men's support group. You know, initially it was actually an idea by Dr. Stately from NAC. It was actually
Oh,
his vision, right? I was approached by NAC to run a men's group, a men's warrior society is what they initially called it. We didn't come up with the name Many Shield Society until, you know, close to 6, 7, 8 months in, when the guys finally agreed upon that name. You know, a lot of the things we do within the group too is everyone gets a vote, you know, so everyone gets to say so. And everyone voted the name Many Shield Society, but initially it started out as the Men's Warrior Society, meeting over
mm,
at Little Earth. And I think our first group, we might have had 8 to 10 guys show up. And just from there, it started growing. 30, 40, 50, 60 guys sometimes show up for
hmm.
these meetings. And with these meetings, it just kept getting stronger and more powerful. And we started wanting to do more in the community, volunteering, those types of things. We started doing volunteer patrols out here, helping out where we could. Um, I think our first action that we did was during a ceremony at MIWRC. They were doing a
Mm.
darkroom ceremony over there, and they wanted people to be there, you know, because it's at nighttime in the community. So we helped out there, and just from there, it picked up, and you know, we ended up getting a contract with Mud to oversee the different properties within Mud, you know, around South Minneapolis here. And so we were able to create 30 jobs for our guys out here. So we have 30 guys that come out here 4 hours a day to help out the community. So we've been doing that. And aside from the meeting that we still have every night or every Monday night, 7 to 9, we also have a workout crew that we do run by our brother Joe Regenti at the Minneapolis American Indian Center. That meets every Tuesday from 7:30 to 8:30. So, you know, that's another thing we're really big on. You get one body, right? And we have to take care of that body.
You know, I'm here with Vinny Dion, and we're talking about Many Shields, and I'm getting emotional, Vinny. This is really boots on the ground. I want to take a quick break. We got to pay the bills and get some commercials on. This is Native Roots Radio, and we're with Vinny Dion of Many Shields here in the Twin Cities, Minneapolis. We're going to be right back after this short break. Please stay with us. Ho-ah. Hey, this is Robert Pilot. The Minnesota State Fair is more than food on a stick. It's a chance to celebrate Native culture and voices. On August 25th, hear the Red Lake Singers and Emizaska Drum Group during Mental Health Awareness at Dan Patch Park. On August 27th, meet Native authors like Roxanne B2B Nokwe Gold and Stacy Lola Druyard, and visit the Common Table and learn how Indigenous foodways are shaping Minnesota's future. Get your State Fair tickets now at mnstatefair.org.
Minnesotans age 65 plus might qualify for Health Partners Minnesota Senior Health Options. The easy all-in-one plan includes personal support, coverage for medical, prescription drugs, and dental, plus many extra benefits. Eligibility information is available at healthpartners.com/oneplan. Health Partners is a health plan that contracts with both Medicare and the Minnesota Medical Assistance Medicaid program to provide benefits of both programs to enrollees. Enrollment in Health Partners depends on contract renewal.
Fair fun starts on Metro Transit. Instead of driving, park your car for free and take a stress-free, non-stop, air-conditioned ride straight to the Minnesota State Fair. You'll not only save on gas and parking costs by taking a State Fair Express bus, we'll drop you off and pick you up right outside the gates. Learn more at metrotransit.org/state fair. That's metrotransit.org/state fair.
The city of Minneapolis is now on Native Roots Radio with Minneapolis AIR. AIR stands for American Indian Relations. Guest host Christine McDonald talks to people about important things affecting the city's Native communities. Minneapolis Air dives into topics like public safety, public health, elections, and so much more. Tune in to Minneapolis Air on Native Roots Radio from 5 to 6 p.m. on the second Wednesday of every month, right here on AM 950.
Oh, this is Dallas Goldtooth, and you're listening to the Native Roots Radio. Hoka, hicha, wecha.
Welcome back to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and this is Robert Pilot. Hey, welcome back, everybody. I'm here with Vinny Dion, director of Many Shields, correct? Is that the title?
You know what? I don't really have a title with many shields. I guess people will say that. I just see myself as another brother out here.
Right on. Okay, so, well, let me try again. Vinny Dion, another brother of Many Shields, is on tonight. Really appreciate you. We were talking a little bit about what you do and what the group does. One of the things I'd like to really talk about is what you guys do in the community. I see you out there, and we were talking, you touched on that a little bit. Can you talk a little bit more about what you do in the community and what Many Shields does for the community, which I just think is outstanding?
Yeah. I just feel like we help out anywhere that we're needed when we can. I could talk a little more specifically on our patrol team that we have. Probably 90% of the things that's going around within our community has to deal with active addiction with our people. And my background, I'm the lead outreach manager for AICDC. So I work in outreach, helping our people find housing, help them get into recovery services any way I can. And so we took this approach when we do this patrol, the security type of stuff, treating our people like people, offering them services, sparking up conversations with them, saying hello, those types of things go a long way out here to de-escalating situations. Because out here in the community, it can get rough at times, so we've seen a lot of things, a lot of things that could go wrong. But when you come with a positive approach, it really helps having a better solution to every time we come across something.
So a lot of your work with, and not just your work, but Many Shields, they do a lot of things. I know we have Ruth Anna Buffalo on every week, and she talks about how you've helped them out, whether it's 30 below or, 100 degrees, you're helping our community out there. And that, again, is boots on the ground. Can you talk a little bit about the partnerships that you have in the community, too?
Ooh. Well, I think we work with pretty much everybody. A lot of people within the Metropolitan Urban Indian Directors, MIWRC, of course, partnered with the Indian Center, Baby Space right across from Little Earth over there. Also, we are partnered with the Little Earth Protectors as well. A lot of our guys that live at Little Earth are also Many Shield Society as well as Little Earth Protectors, including myself. I'm actually the president of the Little Earth Protectors. So we do help out with them on the weekends over there at Little Earth. Who else are we working with?
Well, let me stop you there for a second. I want to talk about Little Earth Protectors. I remember during the George Floyd uprising is that there was a group of white people that were ready to burn down Little Earth, and you guys stopped them. And I remember seeing that live on Facebook Live on a bunch of feeds. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. We're just a bunch of community members out here. For me, it felt good. And like the whole everything to do with the riots, when I seen us as Native people all come together, and I've seen a lot of people coming together who don't normally get along, all getting along, coming together, standing as one. And that really gave me a lot of hope for the future of our community, of how strong we truly are when we all come together. I've seen it happen in that negative way, but wait till we can do that in a positive way. And that's everything I've been striving for and working towards, because I've seen how strong we are. But going back to the riots, I was right in the middle of that as well. I can't recall any white people trying to come take down Little Earth. There was just too many of us out there, and we weren't even going to let no one get that close to us. But we did take fire from the state patrol on both sides, 26th and Cedar, and also 24th and Cedar. I do
That's
remember
right.
that.
I do remember that now that you mention that too. It's so important. I got to talk just a little bit about this. So, your work is so important because I believe the men, especially during colonization, have been pushed aside. And you are really giving us strength again to be who we're supposed to be and how we're supposed to protect our women and how we're supposed to protect our community. And I just got to give you a big shout out for that. But it's something that's really needed in the Native community big time. And you guys are really doing a great job doing this.
Robert, I appreciate that. Just my own story. I ended up in active addiction, and I ended up going to federal prison, and I got out 6 years ago. And I got out with a disciplined mindset, a healing mindset, and also just wanting to help my community. And at that time, I was trying to figure out how can I help my community in a positive way, and just finding what your role is. And this is what I feel we're doing with Many Shield Society as well, as our men are finding their role again.
Yeah.
Coming out here, a lot of our guys, we're getting new guys coming in from different reservations and cities and things like that, which is great. But like a lot of our guys that just sit at home, that want to do something, but they don't have that community, that connection to do that. And this is one thing that we're able to do, that is bringing the connection to our guys. And a lot of our guys are coming back from active addiction, prison, jail, those types of things, and they want to do good. They want to be better. As well as our young guys. I want to give a shout out to my son Bear, also Asher Jr., two of our young guys we have out here. They're really young men, and they haven't gotten in trouble like us older ones, but they're learning how to become men through Many Shield Society. From watching us through a healing lens of holding ourselves accountable and wanting to do better.
Well, and again, that's amazing because, I see you guys work out together. Talk a little bit about the spirit and mind of Many Shields, and definitely they're all connected when it comes to a strong body and a strong mind. And talk a little bit about what you guys do.
Um, I guess I'll touch up on our workouts. Just uh, going through that, it brings you together. We do a lot of things together. We sweat together. We go out together. Um, but like working out together, that's something you don't see a whole lot of us Native men doing. And I'm gonna be honest, it was something that I picked up while I was inside in prison. Starting to take care of my body, start thinking about bettering myself. And I brought that same mindset out here. Like, how can our men better themselves? A lot of that discipline you get from working out uh, is a game changer for your average person out here. So doing the workouts, you gain discipline, and that discipline is what'll make us stronger. And make us smarter.
Yeah, and it is all attached. What is the most surprising thing that has come about that you think is the most surprising with the beginning of Many Shields? What has surprised you the most?
The growth I've seen in a lot of our men. Um, I've seen our men. So we do circle ups before we go out on shift, and we do circle ups after the shift. But also at our meetings, everyone gets a chance to speak. That's one thing I'm really big on, because as us, especially a Native man, I'm gonna speak from a Native man's point of view. We're taught not to use our voice. And that's
Mm,
something when I'm out here in the community, I see these other cultures and other races. They're not scared to use their voice. We are. And I
mm.
see that over and over, especially in my role as an outreach worker. So I'm really big on wanting to teach our men and everyone really to use our voice, to speak up, that to understand that your voice does matter and you are important. And so when we do these circle ups and everyone gets to use their voice, I watch some of our guys who are very, very shy, now they're speaking up, they're speaking out. And to me, that's, watching that growth, watching guys hold themselves accountable. We had some pretty tough situations where there was some gossiping amongst the crew. And instead of letting it build into something more, we called it out while in a circle up. And some of our guys, they raised their hands and they admitted, hey, that was actually me that said that. I'm sorry. I thought this was that. And for me, that was really big to see that,
Wow. And as you know, our community needs more of that. Oh my goodness. That's, again, I'm like really getting emotional here talking to you, because this is like what our community needs. I'm wondering if you could stay on just a little bit longer after this break. And I want to talk about your experience with the walk to Free Leonard Peltier and how you feel about what's going on. If you don't mind, can we keep you just a little bit longer?
Yeah, no problem.
Wow, this is great. Hey, we're with Vinny and Vinny Dion, and he is with Many Shields here in the Twin Cities, Minneapolis. And I think we're going to take a quick break. This is Native Roots Radio, and we are solid here. Oh, hoo! Hoo! Native Roots Radio. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Peter Solak.
And I'm Adam Ostrowski.
We are here at Woodland Stoves and Fireplaces to talk about the joy of live fire cooking. Cooking over a live fire is the oldest and most basic form of cooking.
What's new is in the way fire is handled and its heat is managed.
It's easier to experience and enjoy the smell and taste of food cooked over a live fire.
Woodland Stoves and Fireplaces sells and installs live fire grills, fire pits, and ovens. Let us help you experience the smell, the taste, the fun of cooking with fire.
Pizza was first made and is still best made in an open fire oven. The radiant and conductive heat of a live fire is unmatched for wood roasting and baking artisan breads too.
Come see the many ways you can cook over a live fire.
Woodland Stoves and Fireplaces has over 35 working wood and gas units on display at the corner of East Franklin and Riverside Avenue in Minneapolis. More information at woodlandstoves.com. Find the fire that works for you. Woodland Stoves and Fireplaces. Out of the ordinary products and services since 1977.
Hey, it's Patrick for Zero Res. Did you know that August is Pet Appreciation Month? Zero Res doesn't use harsh soaps or chemicals, so it's safe for all your furry friends. If you have a pet like I do, you know they'd like to leave little bits of themselves around the house, whether that's fur or dander or worse, and you need to call my cleaning heroes at Zero Res to help get your house back in shape. Carpets, tile, rugs, upholstery, hardwood, every surface in your home can be Zero Resified. So if it's been months since your last deep clean, it's time to give the pros at Zero Res a call. Right now, you can get your entire home Zero Resified from Minnesota's ultimate carpet cleaner. Get 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $124. Take 15% off pet odor treatments and $50 off an air duct cleaning when you book with Zero Res today. Call 952-ZERO-RES or go to ZeroResMinnesota.com and ask for the AM 950 special. Backward or forward spells the same. Zero Res.
Hey, it's Robert Pilot from Native Roots Radio. Native culture is alive and thriving at the Minnesota State Fair. The Native Roots Trading Post is back at the West End Market, where you can support Indigenous artists and makers. And don't miss the Native Pride dancers performing on the Summit stage at the Bazaar August 31st and September 1st. From music and art to food and storytelling, Native culture is everywhere at the State Fair. Tickets are just $17 through August 20th at mnstatefair.org.
It's the Great Minnesota Get-Together with cheese curds, Sweet Martha's cookies, Nicholas macarons, and The Gailey Show on a microphone stick. That's right, The Gailey Show will be broadcasting a full live hour of highlights and reporting from the first day of the Minnesota State Fair. If you're at the fair, head to the Native Roots Trading Post at the West End Market to say hello and share your favorite part of the fair on air. So join The Gailey Show August 21st at 2 p.m. on the radio, on streaming, on YouTube, or live at the Minnesota State Fair.
I'm Rachel Schroman, owner of Schroman Law, and I believe you deserve information. Our firm offers free quarterly estate planning seminars at our office in St. Paul. At these seminars, you can learn the basics of estate planning from an attorney to help you determine which estate planning documents will meet your needs and goals in an efficient and cost-effective manner. You can learn more and register at our website, schromanlaw.com/events. That's SCHROMEN law.com. nativerootsradio.com/events.
With a look at your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilia. Partly cloudy with patchy fog tonight and a low of 69. Then Tuesday, partly sunny with a high of 83. Spend your summer with some of the hottest musical acts around at Crooner's Supper Club in Fridley. Crooner's is located just north of I-694 off Highway 65 and Moore Lake Drive. Visit croonersmn.com to view their schedules and food menus.
You're listening to AM 950, the progressive voice of Minnesota.
Annie, I'm Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan, and you are listening to Native Roots Radio.
Welcome back to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and this is Robert Pilot. Hey, welcome back, everyone. And we are here with Vinny Dion of Many Shields, and I know you're getting ready for a meeting tonight, but I'd really like to talk to you a little bit about your experience with the Free Leonard Peltier walk a few years ago, and how you're feeling now. And we always ended the show, Vinny, as Free Leonard Peltier at the very end of our show, and now we don't say anything, and that's good. And I feel really blessed that the hard work that a lot of people have done over the last 40 years have really come to fruition. And what an exciting thing that happened. And also talk a little bit about the walk.
Yeah, thanks, Robert. That's the walk. I met Rachel just before the walk. That's how we met. And during the walk, wow. Just to be honest, I was still courting Rachel then. So I was kind of like full on warrior, during the walk, I would show up on the weekends because I had a full-time job. So I would show up and I would run with that staff as long as I could. Sometimes I'd go in there and knock out 20 miles in a day, and then go the next day and knock out another 15, just over there giving it my all. But I think for me, it was like one of our first things that we did, like action wise, and it was just a great learning experience at that time. Going all the way out to DC.
Yeah. What was your feeling? Tell us how you felt when the last second Biden not fully released him, but got him out of prison at the very least. And even though he's on house arrest, which is really bogus, what was your feeling when that happened? I was like teary-eyed. I couldn't believe it.
I think I was the same as you, Robert, crying. I actually cried. Just to understand that, like back to my story, I did 7 years in federal prison. So I knew the conditions that Leonard was going through in there, and he did just short shy of 50 years. And so I couldn't imagine. I can't imagine because, like I said, I've been in those same prisons he was in. But to do that long, and so some might get upset that it was only like house arrest, but to go from there when you're stuck inside of a cell on lockdowns for at least 1 week out of the month, no matter what, right, to actually freedom, where you actually could smell this fresh air again, where you actually can visit family members and friends, it's amazing. Then when he got out, we got to the Many Shield Society, actually got to help do security, for his coming out party,
Yeah.
and that was amazing, just to see our elder come home, get to shake his hand, to me, it was bigger than meeting anybody. Honestly, in my opinion, Leonard Peltier, for us Native people, he's the most known and the most loved person, at least in this community, I could say for sure. And so, just having that honor to meet him and shake his hand and say hello,
Yeah, he was on our show, and it was interesting. He called me up, and you could see in the caller ID who it was. So I grabbed another phone and had two phones and was able to interview him for. I think he could only be on the phone for 15 minutes, but that was, to me, was a life-changing experience. I could not believe that I was able to talk to this person that, like you said, I've been looking up to. That's really a symbol of Native American resilience because of his falsely put in there, and he could have got out years ago if he would have admitted that he did this crime, and he didn't do it, and he didn't admit to it, and that's a huge thing just to know that story, Vinny.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys looks like behind you people are getting ready to do many shields, and it's very cool. People are showing up. I know it's happening really soon. I want to just say a big Gigi, thank you so much for coming on. Really, this means a lot to me. I know I have your partner on a lot over the years, but I really would like to make this a more regular thing with you and I, and just promote the great work that Many Shields and you are doing in the community.
Yeah, Robert, would love to do it. Have me on anytime. Give me a call.
Right on. Hey, thank you so much. Get out there and do your thing. Vinny, Vinny Dion of Many Shields, Big Gigi, thank you so much for being on.
Wow.
Right on. We'll see you. Hey, we have our friend Angie Big, and she's in the bullpen here. I'm going to add her and say a big hello to Angie. Hey, how's it going?
Boojoo, everybody. Hi, Robert.
Angie Vig of Vig Guitars. Hey, and don't forget Vig. What's the name of your other business too?
Oh, VigLove Jewelry.
Yes, I just wanted to see if you knew that. Hey, let's talk a little bit about your store, and then also that it's not closing down. There's plenty of parking. Let's talk a little bit about you and your store.
Sure. Well, we're located right in the Midway, Snelling and Thomas, 595 Snelling Avenue North. And yeah, the fair is starting, and some people think we're closed or it's busy around there and too trafficy, but it's not. It is in the morning before we even get there, and then at night after we leave. So don't not come, because we're gonna be there, and there's it's not jammed up over there. So,
Right on.
yeah.
Let's talk about your store for people that are just listening to Native Roots Radio for the first time. Talk about what you guys do, and talk about all the great work you do and the awards you win. Ho!
Sure. Well, first, I'm from White Earth, and to my knowledge, I'm the first and only Indigenous female music store owner in the country. And my store, I run with my husband, and we are the biggest repair shop in Minnesota, maybe even the Midwest. So we repair all instruments with that have, they're fretted instruments, so like no violins or cellos or anything. We also have these two great businesses that amplifier repairs, and businesses that come and pick up and fix amplifiers. And yeah, so this year we were voted gold again for the best music instrument store in Star Tribune's Minnesota Best. So that was just an honor to have that again. So to date, we have 2 silvers and 3 golds.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's congratulations.
cool.
Oh, I want to talk about one thing about guitars that we have talked about over the years, and I did not realize this, and I should realize this, that the wood's is a living thing, and with the humidity and the weather changes, talk a little bit about people that may be having trouble with their guitars and what they should do.
Sure. Just because it was made into a guitar doesn't mean that's the end of the life for that wood. It still thinks it's a tree. So in the summer, it swells up a little bit because it has a lot of humidity and moisture in it, and then in the winter, in the cold, it dries up, so then it shrinks a little. So the guitar neck will move one way and then another way in the other season, and you'll know because you have a lot of buzz, can't play quite right, your hand hurts from playing because you have to press down so hard. It's just hard to play correctly. And Yeah, in Minnesota, you have to get your guitar set up, and that's what they call it. They adjust the neck, the truss rod, with with the truss rod, and then they lower the string. Sometimes they have to raise the strings a little bit. They do like 7 different things to it, and it just
Wow.
gets your guitar in great shape.
Yeah, that amazed me because I have a guitar over here right next to my trumpet, and I'm still learning a few chords here, but I can come in and get some accessories too. Not only that, a new guitar, guitar straps, and then some jewelry.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm able to have a big display case of my jewelry there for in between shows. I'll go do a lot of shows. I'll be set up at the Roseville Back to School event on Wednesday, and so come and stop by my table.
Right on. Hey, tell us a little bit more about that event. I know we got people listening in the Twin Cities.
Sure. I can't remember what it's called. It's Brooke LaFoe's. She's the head of the Montessori. I don't know what it's called in
Yeah, it
Roseville.
is the Native
It's
Montessori.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
so she's putting it on, and yeah, we're looking forward to it. Gonna get these kids excited about coming back to school and the community, and yeah, it's gonna be a good time.
What other activities you do? I know your husband plays in the band, and I see on your Facebook every once in a while you're up playing the tambourine and singing and doing.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
our band. We got a really fun band. We're called the Dirty Half Dozen, and we just played in Bloomington 2 Fridays ago. Yeah, we have a ton of videos up. Our friend Chris Sogard, he came and took videos for us, and he just does that for all the bands in town. It's so awesome that he does that. And yeah, you should watch him. It's pretty good. We do a really good "Rockin' the Free World." It's my favorite song to sing live, and it's so important, especially now. And
Dang.
it's just a rockin' song. Hey, are you going to Farm Aid?
No, I'm not. That's a really good question. I have another question for you too. Have you ever been to the gatherings, the nation gatherings down in New Mexico, that big powwow?
I went once when I was 20. The U of M sent a bunch of us to this women conference, and it just happened to
Mhm.
be around the time of gathering, so we went there. And I mean, I don't know about any of the organizers. I've heard about all that, but it was incredible to see that many natives in a
Mhm.
huge arena like the Excel Center. It was unreal.
Yeah,
And
I've been there too. I just read today that this is the last year of it, and probably
yeah,
because a lot of
a
the
lot of controversy
pushback
there
he's
with
had.
that guy. You know what I didn't
Yeah.
like is that like they they wouldn't pay the musicians to come and play. So
Huh.
then they'd have to raise money themselves, have fundraisers so they could get down there and play. And that uh, that's so wrong. That's not
Yeah.
our way.
No.
You get travelers, guests coming, relatives coming from so far away to come and entertain, and you're not going to pay them?
Exactly. Well, can you hold on for a little more, one part of another last segment?
Sure.
Excellent. Hey, we're with Angela Vig of Vig Guitars, Angie Vig, and we are talking a lot of stuff here. We want to get that address out there again, and then maybe talk a little bit more about gatherings. Really interesting what you had to say. Hey, this is Native Roots Radio. We'll be right back after this short break. Please stay with us.
Fair fun starts on Metro Transit. Instead of driving, park your car for free and take a stress-free, non-stop, air-conditioned ride straight to the Minnesota State Fair. You'll not only save on gas and parking costs by taking a State Fair Express bus, we'll drop you off and pick you up right outside the gates. Learn more at metrotransit.org/state fair. That's metrotransit.org/state fair.
The city of Minneapolis is now on Native Roots Radio with Minneapolis Air. AIR stands for American Indian Relations. Guest host Christine McDonald talks to people about important things affecting the city's Native communities. Minneapolis AIR dives into topics like public safety, public health, elections, and so much more. Tune in to Minneapolis AIR on Native Roots Radio from 5 to 6 p.m. on the second Wednesday of every month, right here on AM 950.
Four Sisters Farmers Market is more than a place to shop for delicious organic food. It's a celebration of Indigenous culture, food sovereignty, and community. Now in its 11th season, the market offers healthy, affordable, culturally appropriate local foods every Thursday from 11 to 3. Located on the American Indian Cultural Corridor off Franklin Avenue, Four Sisters Farmers Market is a project of NAGD. Every Thursday now through October, discover more about Four Sisters Farmers Market by visiting nagd.org. This is Robert Pilot, host of Native Roots Radio. At the Great Minnesota Get-Together, Native Voices take center stage. Experience powerful drum performances, meet Native authors, and explore Indigenous food traditions at the Common Table in the Agriculture-Horticulture Building. It's all part of the 12 days of family fun with thousands of food, shows, exhibits, and more. Plan ahead and save. Tickets are just $17 through August 20th at mnstatefair.org. That's the Minnesota State Fair, August 21st through September 1st. See you there. Welcome back to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and this is Robert Pilot. Hey, we like to give a shout out to our wolves in Minnesota and Wisconsin. They are relatives. We want to say no to the hunt and give a big howl. Howl! Thanks, Angie. Hey, I'm here with Angie Vig of Vig Guitars. Again, award-winning Vig Guitars, I should say. And with all your guitar needs, come here in the Twin Cities in St. Paul on Snelling Avenue. It's a main artery here. And hundreds of years ago, it's where Indians were walking, and there was their trail too. So it's really interesting to know the history of Snelling Avenue. And so it's good to be here, and it's so cool to see you, Angie.
Is it echoing?
No, not at all. You're doing good.
Oh, good. I can't unhook my Bluetooth. My Bluetooth just came on in the car. I don't know.
That's all right.
I was curious, what is wolf in your language?
Oh, you're gonna make me look it up. Oh, wow. Dude, I did know that. That's what is it in your language? And
it's Maingan. It's MA'IINGAN. And yeah, I'm only asking because I've never heard it. I've never heard it in your language. I don't see it.
Yeah. Yeah, let me look it up here while we're talking. And while I'm looking it up, can you tell everybody that your address and how people can find you, and maybe shoot out a phone number while I'm looking this up?
Sure. It's 595 Snelling Avenue North, and we're in St. Paul, right in the Midway area. And coffee's always on. We also have a website. It's vigguitarshop.com, and our phone number is 651-219-4941. Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of people who just have guitars just in their house, or they have their grandpa's guitar or aunt's guitar or something, and they don't know what to do with it. And you should just bring it by to see what work needs to be done to it, and then start playing or gift it to somebody. There's a lot of places that can use just an old beater guitar, if anything, just to start out on. We got get these kids' hands busy,
Yeah, definitely. Hey, let me try this real quick. I'm going to see if this works. Shunk chunk. That's wolf. Let's see if I can play it again. Let's see if I can play it again here.
Chunk chunk.
That was a woman's voice.
What'd you call me? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, whoa.
I heard chunk.
There it is. Well,
That's
one
beautiful.
more time. Yeah, and it's good that I'm glad you asked that because we need to talk about more of that kind of stuff here on Native Roots Radio. Yeah, let's swing back real quick and then we'll get the address out there again and phone number at the end here. But yeah, there's been a lot of controversy for the Gatherings of the Nations, and it's run by an African American person. And I think a lot of pushback has been from that over the years. But the story goes is that at least the story that he says is that his daughter's Native, and they wouldn't let her dance in a powwow, so he started his own powwow. And it's interesting. You said you were down there for something. He had it on that weekend because there were a lot of natives doing things in New Mexico then at that time, and I can't remember why. But that's the vague story that I heard. But yeah, I mean, like I've never seen that many natives either in my life too. And we did our radio show down there and did a symposium too, COVID symposium down there, and I was amazed. And I was like, "Oh my God, I'm here at Gatherings of Nations, and you know what? I never have to come back again." And I've said I've been here.
I know. Didn't your heart just almost explode? It was just like, I mean, it's like, who cares about all that stuff? Being all
Right.
together in one place is just so special. I mean, and the drums, and oh my God, we were blown away, all us girls, and just proud, really made us proud to be there.
Yeah, definitely. It's crazy. So how's your business doing? Is the orange one affected it at all, or is there things that you need help with? And
Oh, of course. Oh, well, we're, everything's going up, and these tariffs, man, people don't understand how it works, and we can't eat those tariffs. I'm sorry, we're a really small business. We can't just eat that, and I mean, we have to raise prices, and it's hard because, musicians don't make a ton of money as it is. They say, we get paid to like go there and set up and all the working part of it, not to play. I mean, that's something we love doing, but it's just, so to have to raise prices to musicians is just a really hard thing, but we can't not do it. And there's all these businesses just like us. Yeah, it's been really hard. We've been waiting for round 2 of the Minnesota Promise Act. And I guess it's going to finally launch again in September. They're supposed to do it in the spring, but everything's been chaotic. But I missed out the first one because they said I must have just fell through the cracks. They can't find my application. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's so many businesses in our area that need help from, and that was from the, from the pandemic and the unrest and stuff still. And, but it was promised to us that was affected, and we're still just hanging on. But there's so many businesses who are just, it's just, and it's going to get worse before it gets better. And I don't know when it's going to get better.
Well,
but
it's interesting what you said about musicians too, because people don't realize this. Musicians are still getting basically paid what they got paid in the 80s. There has not been a big raise of amount of money or venues. And I heard a podcast about that exact same thing, is that, we're not making more money. We're making the same amount of money as we did in the 80s and 90s.
Sure. But there's a lot to that too. The bar owners and the venue owners, they get a tax. They get a different tax rate. It goes up when they have live music performing. So then they have to raise. Yeah, a lot of people don't know that it's like some kind of entertainment tax. But then also people don't, this generation, thank goodness, does not drink like the other generations do. So they're really getting hit. I mean, that's really a thing. You own a bar, the alcohol sales are going down so low. And it's a bad thing for them, but it's a good thing for people as a whole that they're not they're not medicating themselves that way like that, you know, but
Yeah.
that really affects. But, you know, we're trying to get people just, you know, a lot of people can still have a good time without drinking. I'll get you out dancing and just have fun, and people, and they have THC drinks and stuff, you know, so that's smart
Right.
that a lot of bars have switched to getting that in too, because if you don't drink alcohol, you probably, you know, drink a THC drink or a gum or have a gummy or something, you know. But
Exactly.
so it's hard for bar owners to pay a lot more too. You know, I always thought, why doesn't all the bars have a just a $5 cover charge at minimum?
Right.
You know, I mean, what's $5 to, like, if you're going out anyway to spend money, you know?
Yeah. No, good point. Really good point. We got to get deeper into this. Angie, we're ending the show. Can you give your address and phone number here real quick before we go?
Sure, it's 595 Snelling Avenue North, St. Paul, 55104. Midway area. Come see us. Oh, also for the state fair, we go out there a lot, and if we see you wearing one of our t-shirts, we'll buy you a beverage or corn
Whoa.
dog.
Oh, corn dog. Hey, this is Native
Or
Roots.
pronto.
Oh, good one. Hey, this is Native Roots Radio, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Be good.
Wow. Hey, it's Robert Pyatt from Native Roots Radio. Native culture is alive and thriving.